Hello everyone. You need to start taking your books home. I know that I can take pictures, but they don't come off as well as they would in the scanner. My scanner here is broken. So take your books home. You have to start doing that. I will send you pictures, but they might not come out so well. So let's get started. Here's the most important part of today. You need to realize that there are certain rules of etiquette when you talk on the internet. Do you know what etiquette is? Manners, being polite. Give me examples. How can you be polite online? You go and you see a Facebook post that someone made. Let me go very specific with this. A Facebook post that somebody's mother made, and you disagree with what they posted. How can you comment and still be very polite? Let us just say, and I'm going to take something from the book, page 158. Here it is. Let us just say, page 158, number 4. It says interact. Let us just say that somebody's mother writes down, on average, a person in Norway throws away more than 400 kilos of rubbish every year. This is a fact that the person's mother decided to post, but you disagree with it. Write a comment, but be polite. You disagree with it. You can disagree and still be very polite, be very nice. But some people don't have that ability. They will comment and be really horrible. So expressing opinions, and even when you have a strong opinion about something, at this very moment, the world is going through these two opinions. Vaccines are good, vaccines are terrible. And then when they have a conversation about it, they get into conflicts because of that. Do you see where I'm coming from? There are different opinions, very strong ones, but you can express your opinion and have a debate or a conversation with someone and still be very polite and respect somebody else's opinion. We're going to be talking about that still. We have some pages to cover on this chapter. Comparing opinions. I do realize that the blackboard, the picture of the classroom that I have right behind me there, it has Spanish written on it, but it's just for atmosphere so you can feel like you're still at school. This is one of the classrooms at our school. We're going to start now. I'd like everybody, I hope you have your books. If you don't have your books, I probably have sent you pictures of the pages, but the pictures, like I said, they might not be very easy to read. I had students last week telling me, Pollyanna, it was so hard to read. Well, they didn't whine like this, but they complained. And I'd like everybody to hand in their work. I'm trying not to be too strict with you because this is not your fault what's happening right now in the world. But by the same token, there are standards, and for you to get a good grade, you have to do certain things. Page 162. Create, and it says writing. We're just going to go over the rules for online commenting. The very first one. If you are not a professional in a field in real life, don't pretend to be on the internet. Agree or disagree. Please type in the chat box. Agree or disagree. You're not a professional, then don't pretend to be one online. For example, a lot of people nowadays, because of this whole vaccine, anti-vaccine, some people are pushing the vaccine and saying it's the best thing for you. And some people are saying, no, 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 don't do it. It's not good for you. And sometimes they will present you with information that they think are facts, and they will say, vaccines are good because I vaccinated all my children and nobody has ever gotten sick and everyone's fine. And then somebody else will say, vaccines are not good because I know some people that died after getting a vaccine. But they will give these different situations and different examples, but they're not really based on anything scientific. They're only based on opinions, because there's something called a layman. Please, well, I still have to go through your answers to see if you agree or disagree with me that you shouldn't pretend to be a professional online. Like, if you're not a doctor, don't give medical advice. If you're not a teacher, don't be trying to teach people. If you're not a lawyer, don't give legal advice. So do you agree or disagree with it? It's very important for me to see your opinions in this. Also, I'm going to be putting polls in the chat box. I have been doing this for a bit, but I'm still experimenting a little bit with the polls because sometimes they don't work and I want to put more options in them. Right now, you only have yes and no. And even if you have other alternatives, you're not even allowed to put other things and delete the yes or no and put something else. So I'm experimenting with them. But please do answer the polls because they will be an intricate part of what we're doing here today. Sentence number 2, we're still on page 162. Create. We're reading the list first. Number 2, don't make false statements or defame or impersonate someone else. Let's talk about these words. To impersonate. Please type in chat, what does to impersonate mean? What does to impersonate mean? Is it a negative thing? Is it a positive thing? What do you think? What do you think about that? Is it a positive thing to impersonate someone? For example, if I take Jane's credit card and I go to the store and I buy something with her credit card and I sign her name as Jane, I'm impersonating Jane. No, that's definitely a negative thing. So that's to impersonate someone in a very negative way. It's a criminal act in this regard if you do it this way anyway. But if I put on a microphone and do my hair a certain way and start singing Janet Jackson songs and wearing her clothes, and I go on stage and start singing her songs, and I present myself not as Janet Jackson, but as a Janet Jackson impersonator, that is not a negative thing. Well, it might be because I don't think I could do a good Janet Jackson impersonation. Are you guys too young to know who Janet is? Janet Jackson? She's Michael Jackson's sister. And she's had a recording career, a career in film and TV and all sorts of different things for years and years. She's very famous, but maybe not your cup of tea. Maybe you don't, maybe you listen to Billie Eilish or something, so you wouldn't know. But I digress. So to impersonate someone, very negative, criminal act. To defame, do you understand? To defame? What does that mean? To defame a person. What does that mean? To defame somebody. Let's deconstruct this word, shall we? Defame. What does the word fame mean? What does the word fame mean? Every time I hear the word fame, I want to break into song and sing that song, Fame. I don't think you guys are going to know. It's not from your time. So what does the word fame mean? If a person has a lot of fame, that person is famous. That's what fame means. If a person has a lot of fame, that person is famous. How do you defame? Usually when you have these prefixes, for example, you say respect the teachers, respect older people. It is not okay to disrespect them. So when you say that prefix, it means to not do something, right? How about to defame? I'm thinking about the song. I don't want to play too much of it because then my video is going to be blocked. And none of you know what I was talking about, but every time I hear the word fame, I think of this song. So it was a movie and also a series on TV, Fame. To defame, to say things about somebody that is not true, to say something about somebody which is not the truth about that person, usually something very negative, and spread rumors about them and put them in trouble because of it, that is to defame somebody. And it's a very negative thing. So here, the number 2 rule is don't make false statements or defame or impersonate someone else. Number 3, never abuse anonymity by saying or doing things you would not say or do in real life. Do not abuse anonymity. What is anonymity? What is the word anonymity?
Anonymity.
Anonymity, or I say anonymity. I think when you go to the dictionary online, when you want to pronounce the words, and you need to check out the dictionary, the variations of pronunciation. For instance, if you put in British, you will get, they will pronounce the T's in a certain manner. For instance, little instead of little, and things like that. So you should pick how you want to pronounce it. Pick a standard pronunciation and try to speak as close to that standard as possible. And keep in mind that some cultures are very picky about how you speak. And if you don't say things exactly the way that they say them, they'll say, oh, you have an accent. You don't know my language. You're speaking broken English. But don't pay them any mind. Do not pay any attention to them. If they can understand you, you're doing a great job. You don't need to speak like an American. You don't need to speak like a British person. You just need to make yourself understood. Speak clearly. So anonymity, what does that mean? Anonymity, anonymous. Please type in chat everything that you know about this.
Don't know, my boss. We are looking at how to pronounce this.
This is horrible. I found a
in American English.
I found, this is just the absolute worst. I found a page where they pronounce words, but this is probably not the best. I'm not even giving you the link to this. I'm trying to give you standard pronunciation that is intelligible, but this is a little bit, let me see.
In British English, this is normally said as anonymity.
That's awful. That's not British pronunciation. I'm putting a thumbs down on this. I'm not sharing the link with you. Let me see if I can find something better. Anyway, anonymous. If I post something online anonymously, nobody knows that it was me because I don't put in my name. So I'm doing it anonymously. Anonymity is the noun, substantive. It is the action of doing something without putting your name out there. The anonymity is the whole situation, right? To be anonymous. Anonymity. And what do you think about people who do that, who post things online without coming out and saying that it's them posting them? What do you think? Do you think it's no big deal, or do you think it's a bad thing? Do you know of any situation where somebody has been posting something anonymously and then everybody found out who it was? Or is there too much drama involved in this type of situation and you don't want to talk about it? Forget it. Number 4, be accurate with factual information. Please type in chat your understanding of what factual information is. I believe in Norwegian, you have a lot of opportunities to write, and the teachers in Norway are very, very good about giving you everything that you need so that you learn how to write different types of texts. I believe already in 8th, 9th, and 10th grade, you already learned the difference between writing about your opinion. I think, according to my own experience, in my opinion, those are opinions. They're not necessarily facts. And then you also learn about writing fact-based texts, where you go and research the information to figure out if everything that you're writing about is really true, and you write about that. So to be accurate, I believe you can use the word precis in Norwegian to explain what accurate means. Let's move on to number 5. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I need to give you time to work. You did a tremendous job last week with your audio answers. I was really impressed. It took me a long time to listen to everybody's because it was a lot, but I was very happy with it. I did it happily with a smile on my face. Some of you gave awesome answers. Some of you gave shorter answers, but very good answers as well. But everybody who did send it in did a very good job. There is a couple of you who have until the end of this day to send it to me. I'm not going to pressure you because none of what's happening right now is your fault. So I don't want to be too strict, but you need to really work hard even when you are at home, because there is a possibility that we'll have to do this at home from time to time. So let's go on. Number 5, be polite in your speech. I'm going to give you an example of the very opposite of that, of somebody being very impolite. Let us just say that somebody posts a picture, something very simple. They post a picture of their dog, their puppy, and somebody writes underneath, "What a crappy dog." That's very impolite. It's clearly unnecessary. Don't need to say things like that to people. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't even type it. That's my personal take on this. But some people feel the need to go and do it, and usually under a fake account or anonymously. Being polite would be, "Your dog is lovely." Then you can ask a question. "What is the dog's name? Did you get it as a birthday present?" I'm very careful what I say. Careful because I don't know what may or may not offend people. I was told You can't give a dog as a present because dogs are not gifts to give. But I don't mean it in a negative way. Some people get a puppy that's going to be like their baby that they're going to take care of and all of that. But you can be polite, be nice. Next one, we're almost finished with the list. Number 6, respect others as equals. Please type in chat what you believe that to mean. What's an equal? An equal is somebody who is the same as you. So treat everybody the same way that you would like to be treated. Number 7, don't harass or abuse anyone. Harass or abuse, bully, all of that is very negative. And I don't think I even need to tell you this because you probably already heard that it's not nice. Now I have a verb that I want to ask you if you know what it means. So please type in chat what to threaten means. The verb is to threaten. You can write it in Norwegian or you can write an explanation in English. To threaten. What does that mean? Å true en person, to threaten a person. Not cool. It is never a good thing to do that. Not ever. If you're having a problem with someone, find help. Don't take it upon yourself to go and be mean. Number 8. Ignore inflammatory comments by trolls. Interesting. What is a troll? What is a troll? I have a question because I want to know if you think there is a difference. Please type in chat. Do you think there is a difference between a troll and a cyberbully? Do you think there is a difference between a troll and a cyberbully? Or do you think they're equally bad? Just think about it and type in chat. We're almost approaching the end of this presentation. I would like everybody to make sure your phones are charged because we are going to do a Quizlet live. But I need to tell you what your workload for the day is. Page 162. Read number 3, list of rules. You don't have to really do anything other than read because we have talked about it. Now I want you to read it. And you're going to do 3A. If you have the chance to talk with somebody, if you're sitting watching this with somebody, then you can do number 3, 162, 3A. Choose 3 rules that you believe are especially, I should have gotten my glasses for this, but we're going to power through without them. Choose 3 rules that you believe are especially important and then discuss your choices. This is just an exercise for you to talk, if you're able to do it with someone. If you're not able to talk about it with someone, then you write it down and send it to me in written form. So number 162, 3A, page 162, 5A, B, C, and D. Short answers for that. You don't need to write long sentences. You're going to look at these 2 pages, 162 and 163. At the very bottom of the page, number 5, understand and reflect. There are 4 questions. They talk about a table with information. The table is on page 163 on the top. So the questions down here are about the table on the top of page 163. Of course, all of it will be in written form sent to you. So you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to type it in the message for you, so you don't ask me, hva det som vi skal egentlig gjøre? You don't have to ask me because it will be there. But if you ask me, I'll answer it. That's what being a teacher is. You explain it a million times, and I take the rule of the 3 SWs. Some will, some won't. So what? So some will understand, some will not understand. So what? You just repeat it as many times as you need to. Please get your phones for Quizlet Live. As soon as you see, I have to keep saying this so you don't worry too much about what's happening on the screen. What's happening on the screen is just a sample game. A sample game. You don't have to worry about it. As soon as you see the code in chat, just go in and wait until it starts. I put a sample game on just in case somebody is watching this at some point and wants to know what it is that we do with Quizlet Live. I hope everyone has a great day. Pages 162 and 163. Exercises 3 and 5. And the table of contents that you need with the information is going to be on top of page 163. Have a great day, and remember to hand in your work. Those of you who owe me the work from Friday, you can still give it to me today. There's only a couple of you who haven't delivered it. I'm not going to be pushy or too strict because, like I said, it's not your fault that the world is the way it is right now and that we have to do it like this, but you should still get used to the way that we're doing things now, because from time to time it is going to happen that we are going to have classes online like this.